Hello, this is Vitrius here with some Arena Rex and playing on Vassal module. This is from our Discord League. We're a summer escalation tournament. Here we have Keslinger and Vitrius, me, going up against one another. We have two Cato lists here. The rules for the summer escalation, there's 4 weeks. Week 1 is a 3-card Ludus. The 3-card Ludus will include a Noxy as a condemned gladiator. The rules for this is to kill the other person's Noxy. The Noxy will also be chained to a champion gladiator. So Escalation wins the roll here and moves Wendigo out in front. Gaius Palladus is going to react move, with Wendigo completing its move action and gaining a fatigue token. Now it jumps over to me. I'll take my Cato here. Now my champion is Kepros, and with the chained Noxy, and on the other side it's Cato chained to Noxy. So Cato is going to move react, make sure he's within 4 inches of his Noxy here, and take a fatigue token. And I'll just move another time, trying to separate my Cato off to the side. Escalinger moves his Noxy. Into position here. Trying to figure out where to place him. I will react and move my Noxy. Oh, looks like I moved my Kepros instead. Making sure I'm within my 4 of Noxy. And taking my fatigue. Now, with a auxiliary benefits, getting to a clear turn allows you to get Cassandra's Blessing and an extra favor. So a lot of Cato lists you'll see, they will try to get to a clear turn relatively quickly at the beginning of the match. Arena Rex is a game where you get a fatigue and alternating activations, and a clear turn is where you remove fatigue or downgrade all the fatigue from all the models. A turn passes back to me, and I also do a clear turn, earning an extra favor. Now, Kevin's trying to figure out which models he wants to move. He's going to settle on the Wendigo. I will not react to this movement. In Arena Rex, you have to match the type of action when you react. So a turn will pass to me, and I will act with Gaius Palladus. You have 1 free movement. That's why Wendigo did not take a fatigue token. Kevin's looking at his options here on which model to move. He's measuring this distance for Wendigo, decides to move Cato. I choose not to move react, and so Cato has taken his free movement. I will pass on a reaction, and then it looks like he's going to move Cato again to take the fatigue token. Now I'm thinking at this point in time that he's probably trying to lure me in, which I take. So my Cato is within range of his Cato. Cato is difficult to attack, or difficult to take down, due to his adaptable ability, where he rolls a number of defense dice equal to the number of attack dice that are successes. So I move with Cato, and so he's looking for a move react at the time for Wendigo. And decides instead to move Infelix closer to my Noxy. So he's one right outside the range of my Kato. Now, there's his move react. Now, what I probably should have done here is move a second time with my Kato and put it in contact with his influx, since his influx was making a run for my Noxie. But what I want to try to do is lure down his Wendigo and open a path for my Kato to run past to his Noxie. That's the plan. So here's the first attack of the day, where my Kato is attacking his Kato. I've declared 1 favor. You actually gain a favor for being the first attacker of the day. So I have 4 favor. He has 3. 4 favor, or a favor, a success on a favor counts as 2 successes. And you earn them through your damage tree or through the damage that you've taken for your health bar, your damage tracked. Now the attack didn't count for much there, and here he's moving Wendigo, and he's not displacing. Now Wendigo is a Titan, and he could land on our guys and make us be displaced, and I wouldn't be able to remove my fatigue token due to innervate, but he opts to leave a gap on my Kato. Now turn passes back to me, and I put Gaius right in front of the pit and make him a juicy target for Wendigo. That was my move react. Now I don't want, and the reason I did this is I don't want my Kato to be innervated. I want to be able to clear off Kato. So I'm sacrificing Gaius, which is a very strong model, especially in the late game. So he takes the bait here, moves Wendigo up, and decides to exhaust him in order to push Gaius in, because I cannot defend, or I cannot assist with Kato or any other model. I just have straight 2 defense dice that come with Gaius. Now I decided to throw in 2 favor, and I hit on the 2 favor and the 2 defense dice. Wendigo only hits on 1 attack dice and 1 favor dice, so that exhausted his model for a wash. That really plays out in my favor here, not what he was expecting. And even though I cannot remove the favor off of Gaius, I am able to get the favor off of Kato on my turn. So Kepros here, and this is my major mistake of the game. So Kepros then was my chosen champion, and the reason he was my chosen champion is because of his shelter ability. I could keep Noxie, who's kind of a glass cannon, alive by using shelter, but I moved Kepros up with the thought that Influx is going to have to go wide around him and not make it down to Noxie. I forget that Influx is one of the rare models that have 7 movement. Now Kevin moves his Noxie a little bit closer. He's kind of doing the same thing, making me have to go around his Kato in order to get to his Noxie, and he's trying to get to a clear turn as well. So here comes his Influx, wraps around Kepros with that 7 movement and has no problem getting at Noxie. Now he is swift, so I can't react to his first movement, so I can't move further away. So I'm stuck there and now engaged. I'm also so far away with Kepros, I can't assist or shelter. So this does not look good because Influx can one-shot Noxie, I believe. Influx is another glass cannon. Noxie at least has 1 armor, where Influx has 0 armor. Noxie cannot use favor dice though, and that's really hurt him here. So he inflicts attacks and I counterattack. I get 1 success. He has 3 regular successes and 1 favor die success. So my 1 favor, or I'm sorry, my 1 success cancels 1 of his, but he still has 3 successes on his influx tree. That gives me 10 damage, and my 1 armor subtracts that off, so I take 9 damage, and Noxie only has 11 total. So he's going to attack a second time and hopefully end the game. I roll 2 dice on defense and hit both. He rolls a favor and 6 dice and only hits on the favor and the 6. So that removes 2 successes. Basically, it removes his favor out of play, where he only has 1 success, where he gets in 4 damage, but I have 1 armor. So only 3 taken, and my Noxie lives with 1 life. Now here's my opportunity to get to him. So I take my Cato, being aggressive here, getting my Cato up to his Noxie. Now my Noxie probably could have taken out his influx at this stage. I'm doing the math here, and I can't kill his Noxie with a power attack. So therefore, I'm going to have to attack twice. And I do so by rolling nothing. And 2 successes on favor. So that's a total of 4 successes. His Noxie rolls his defense dice, which is 2, and rolls 2 successes. So only 1 success goes through total. So Cato is only going to get in just a little bit of damage here. Looks like 2 damage possible. Well, I won't change the color of the dice, hoping that helps me out some, and attack a second time. Now I gained a favor off my favor tree, or off my damage tree on Cato's attack, but I cannot use a second favor. Here's where I realized I didn't pick up the damage or the favor from Noxie's damage tree, so I went ahead and added that in at this point. I attacked again, and again just did minimal damage to his Noxie. So Kevin here, his turn, he's going to do a clear turn, or removes a fatigue off of each model. Cassandra Blessing with auxiliary benefits grants you a free favor, and he's going to use that favor to remove the additional exhaustion, or the fatigue token, off of influx. Now I don't want him to counterattack my Noxie, so my best bet was to come in with Kepros, but Kepros attacking influx is using countervail, which allows him to spend a favor to counterattack, as opposed to taking a fatigue. So I'm going to drop a couple of favor here. Looks like 1, 2 on Kepros, and roll 6 dice, and I blank out. My 2 favor go in, but Kevin doesn't do much better here. He has 1 success, but again does minimal damage to influx. So I'm going to exhaust and attack again, because Noxie is really going to be dead soon if I don't do something. I get 3 successes, but influx gets 2 successes off of his favor dice, which he earned from his damage track when I barely hurt him last time. So here we're looking at what's left of my Noxie. I have 10 damage on me, and Kevin comes in with a swift attack, so I cannot react to a swift attack. And he's going to use his favor, and he's going to power attack. Now Noxie is hated and cannot use favor. So it's his 8 dice versus my 2. And I rolled 1 success to his 3 normal successes and 1 favor success. Again, power attacks allow him to reroll, which he only got 1 additional. And that was pretty much enough to decapitate my Noxie. Alright guys, thanks for watching.